So Taizai got an anime announcement after the final episode of Arslan aired today. I did not expect to see this type of news of all times right now, because let me do some backstory here. The first season of Taizai that aired very recently this year, it covered chapters 1 through like chapter 100. It covered like 100 chapters in its 24 episode anime series. That's quite a few chapters. And let's clarify, we only have like 140 something chapters right now of Taizai. That is not a lot of chapters to adapt, because let me go back to what I just said a second ago. The first season of Taizai adapted chapters 1 through 100. That means we've only gotten about 40 something chapters, 40 to almost 50 something chapters since the conclusion of season 1. And I'm curious about this, because right now we're in the middle of a big arc when it comes to Taizai. Like, we're in a big arc right now. Very important arc. A lot of good information we have gotten, a lot of good details, a lot of good, characterization and development. And what's recently going on in the manga is pretty damn good, especially with what's going on with Bond. I'm not going to spoil for you anime onlys. Thing is as we know, A1, they don't usually tend to make very good season 1s. But when it comes to season 2s, like if we look in the past of, Moggy, and say what you will about SAO, but SAO season 2 adapted the light novels pretty damn well, A1 usually knows how to make a season 2. Like, they realize, like, oh shit, this series is actually fucking good, so we better slow down the pacing and, adapt properly before we can make more seasons. And that's what they did with SAO2, that's what they did with, Moggy, and we're probably going to get a season 3 of Moggy very soon, because we're almost at that point to where season 3 is going to be coming. But back on to Taizai, I'm going to assume that season 2 of Taizai is going to be a lot better than the first season, because if I know A1, usually season 2s are fucking amazing compared to their previous season, and both fans will be liking the season, anime onlys and manga readers. So I am personally kind of hyped for a season 2 of Taizai, because A1, from their track record, they have been pretty good with that. So I'm not going to really put, Taizai down right now. Thing is I want to talk about is, like, how much are they going to adapt, and how many episodes is Taizai going to have, like, this upcoming season? Because, as I said, if they do slow pacing, which it's possible to fit 24 episodes with, 40 chapters, it is possible, and if they adapt side story chapters and stuff, and maybe if they add in some filler scenes with some fighting, and maybe if they add in Peliodas from the first season that they decided to cut out, which I don't know how the fuck they're gonna add Peliodas into season 2, because that was very important to Galther's backstory, but they axed it completely. But maybe they might find a way to add in Peliodas, introduce him, and then maybe they might add in more of the side stories, like, the backstories of each individual Sin, like Diane, and then Bond, and all them, and get to see more about them, and that might add up more chapters before they can, have a 24-episode series. So, I'm going to assume that Taizai is going to be about 24 episodes, judging by how A1's track record is, too, when it comes to shonen, like, Moggy, to, how Moggy Season 1 and Season 2 was, to SAO. It's probably going to be somewhere around 20-something episodes, 22, 24, 25 episodes, and I can see them slowing down the pacing considerably and adding in these side stories that was in recently in the manga, which would be pretty damn cool. Taizai Season 2 has been announced. Tell me your thoughts in the comments below, and how do you all feel about this information? How far do you think they're going to adapt, since they don't have much chapters to adapt like they did? And I mean, if they're going to do a good adaptation, I'm looking forward to it. I really am. I mean, A1 has shown a track record of having good season 2s, so yeah. Tell me your thoughts. You all have a wonderful day or not, wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.